What's up, guys? Welcome to the very second episode of Wolf Gets Wrecked. We didn't get too wrecked last episode, so I'm hoping maybe this time we can really get into it. Yeah, I'm using the Dialga Kyogre team again because a lot of people have asked me about how this team works, especially after regionals, and how they can learn to play it better. So I can't promise exactly if you'll learn how to click the buttons right, but I can play with the team and hopefully you'll learn something from it. So with that in mind, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. I always use music 10 because that's the Reggie music, and I'm the Reggie trainer. So, yeah, big fan of music 10. Yes. Okay, so we're playing Yamil VGC Battles! And that's quite alright with me because I was also hoping to do some VGC battles. Okay, so he's got Delphox, which is pretty cool. He's got Jellicent. So looking at this team and team preview, it looks like, if I had to guess, he has a solid Trick Room mode with the Jellicent Mawile, and maybe a solid Tailwind mode with Zapdos. But of course, Jellicent and Zapdos are pretty versatile, you know what I mean. Pretty varied Pokemon, so they can use a lot of stuff. Man, I wish I had more time. I'm already down to a minute, and I haven't even thought about it. Versus Kyogre, I always bring Thundurus, except when I don't. So Thundurus is a good first Pokemon. I don't really want Kyogre here. It doesn't do that well against Jellicent, Kyogre, or Rayquaza, and I don't really like having Kyogre versus Mawile. So I think Ferrothorn will be coming here, and Dialga. Yeah, I like Dialga here. So the only question is, what am I going to lead next to my Thundurus, and that has to be Salamence or Landorus. I'm going with Ferrothorn because I like the matchup versus both Kyogre and Jellicent. I think I'm gonna go Salamence here because I like Intimidate. I like honestly like the fact that Salamence can protect. I think it gives me a lot more leeway when I'm trying to dance around speed control and I'm trying to get around. Especially trying to figure out what Delphox does, because I know it gets Mystic Fire, I know it gets Trick, I know it gets, or maybe it's Switcheroo. It gets one of the two, maybe both. I don't know. I guess he could use it as a Ferrothorn answer. Which, okay, so the fact that he has Delphox might imply that he doesn't have Overheat in his Rayquaza. Yeah, but we have to be pretty careful regardless. So he's gonna go ahead and lead with Zapdos and Rayquaza, and I don't remember his rating, but I believe it was in the high 1500s. Oof. Okay. So it goes Salamence, then Rayquaza, and then Zapdos. Zapdos is relatively slow. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is launch a taunt onto. Ooh. Okay. I need to think about if I want to go for the Thunder Wave on Rayquaza. Yeah, I think. Okay, so Rayquaza could protect. It has pretty good reason to, but just in case, I'm not going to just expect it to protect just to be safe, because if I expect it to protect, basically it's about risk reward, right? So you're looking at Rayquaza and you have Thundurus and you say, okay, what are my options? I could taunt Zapdos, yeah, and maybe stop it from getting speed control, but that's not my main concern here. Or I could Thunder Wave Rayquaza, and even if you don't really risk that much because you might eat a Thunderbolt, but if you get the Thunder Wave off, you're in a really good position, especially because I have Dialga in the back. So that being said, didn't quite work out the way I hoped, but I don't know. This is a situation where I don't feel dumb for doing that at all, because I think it was a safe play even if it didn't play off. You can't make big reads every single turn. Ah! Oh no! That's so rude. This guy is rude. Wow. Okay, so we see Hidden Power Ice, not Hidden Power Water. That sucks, dude. Rip. I'm kind of expecting some form of speed control, but yeah, that's why Substitute on Mence is nice, because it lets you kind of scout for random stuff, and it lets you also if he'd gone for Thunder Wave there, which I didn't think was super probable, but definitely an option. I think it would have been nice to get basically a big advantage right away. But he reveals it in Power Ice. I'm gonna go ahead and launch another Thunder Wave. I don't remember all of this team. Kyogre, Delphox, Mawile, Jellicent, but I feel pretty good about this turn. Getting Thunder Wave off is pretty good. Zapdos is actually a pretty big threat to my team. I'm also gonna have to make sure the fact that it showed Hidden Power Ice might imply it also could have Heat Wave. So I should probably be putting more pressure, trying to put more pressure on that. So I'm gonna start going after that pretty soon if I can. Okay, so he switches out. This is probably a slow Pokemon, Jellicent or Mawile. Yeah, and there's Jellicent. Okay, so at this point, that was a very, very good switch. This guy's pretty good, and his team is unorthodox. So the good thing here is that I know that he can't have Kyogre and Mawile in the back, and I know he probably doesn't have Delphox. So if this Embargo goes into Dialga, I'd say this is a positive turn for me. Yeah, okay, that's pretty solid. That didn't take very much damage. Yeah, so at the moment, honestly, Jellicent don't always run Protect, and I would be very surprised if this one did. But the fact of the matter is that what I'm actually worried about here is this Zapdos and not the Jellicent. So I'm actually not, even though it's maybe a little silly. I'm going to double into the Zapdos. Not because I'm predicting, yeah, so I wasn't predicting Jellicent to protect or anything. I just need to get rid of the Zapdos. And that did a really, really sizable amount. I'm really impressed by that. The fact that he didn't Mega Evolve Rayquaza could imply that his last Pokemon is, in fact, Mawile. So that's something I have to keep in mind. But I'm mainly, like, in a game like this, I'm... Ah! Okay, that's fine. In a game like this... Ooh. I'm mainly interested in setting up my Ferrothorn. Like, so, okay, when I looked at this game, I said, like, especially versus Ray-Ogre, when you're looking at a Ray-Ogre team, oftentimes what you're like, trying to figure out your win condition, right? You're saying, okay, like how do I win this? Like, in what situation do I win? And oftentimes when you're playing with Ferrothorn, your win condition is getting Ferrothorn in, getting Leech Seed up on everything, and, like, whittling them down. So, like, in this game, I'm looking at the Pokemon that can threaten Ferrothorn, which are Zapdos, which is Rayquaza, and if Jellicent has Will-O-Wisp, definitely Jellicent. And like I said, I really don't like Zapdos at all. Like, it's a real pain for my team. So I think I'm gonna go ahead. Zapdos don't often run Protect. I think I'm gonna launch a Dragon Pulse here at Jellicent. It might have been smart to double up there, but yeah, I don't know. I needed Zapdos gone. I don't know. I don't feel foolish for doing that at all. And I'll get some decent damage on the Jellicent. It might put him in Power Whip range depending on what his last mon is, because if it's Mawile, like, my Power Whip counts are gonna change, but that is a sizable amount, and I'm totally okay with that. So I trade Thundurus for Zapdos, one Electric Flying for another Electric Flying. Jellicent is so goofy, man. Look at it. It's like... That's what Jellicent does. I don't want to reveal my last Pokemon yet, and I want to get Menson. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Ments. I think there's a good chance this isn't Rayquaza because I've shown Dialga, so this would be cool. Oh, and I am 1,000 trillion% wrong. And that's okay. Sometimes, you know, you can't win them all. Or... approximately any of them. Okay. Okay. Jellicent is a pain in the rear, and I don't know my double edge calc based on the spread. He's probably especially bulky, but I wouldn't bet my life on double edge hitting here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do. Okay. I'm gonna Mega Evolve here because I need to be faster than Rayquaza at some point. And I think there's, like, a really good likelihood Rayquaza protects, but because I've already revealed. If he has Mawile, he's got such a safe switch, though. Yeah, like, I don't think his Rayquaza lets me take do the Dragon Pulse here, but oh boy, okay, yeah. So okay, this is rough. I psyched myself out because I was expecting a possible Mawile switch in, which would have been, like, Mawile switch into Trick Room would have been pretty tough because I really like Intimidate versus Mawile, especially when you're pairing it with Ferrothorn. We're going to see if Rayquaza protects. Even if Rayquaza does protect, I don't think it's, like, that... Or, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think I was, like, in a tough situation either way there. Dragon Pulse is coming out. Let's go ahead and see if Jellicent goes for... Okay, Ice Beam onto Salamence. So, kind of a dead turn, but not really, because I chose not to Mega Evolve, I basically gave him a pretty big advantage. So, I haven't actually gone for Trick Room yet, and that's definitely an option, but I think because of the Paralyzed Jellicent... Okay, so, like... I wish I knew if it had Will-O-Wisp. The fact that he hasn't revealed his last mon is pretty good. My Dragon Pulse doesn't KO, by the way. I think that's, like, a really important factor here. I'm gonna go for Trick Room. Yeah. And I think that means his Rayquaza stayed in here. Hopefully this is some kind of a dragon move, because otherwise... Oh, my Ferrothorn, I mean. Okay. I was like, oh my god. That was so scary! It's flame. I didn't even know Rayquaza got Flamethrower. Did you guys know Rayquaza got Flamethrower? Because I didn't. I thought it was, like, Overheat or Bust. If this freezes me... Okay, cool. So, definitely scary. Definitely, like, the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Trick Room here is kind of risky because I set up... Like, because Jellicent is paralyzed and because Jellicent is a pain in the rear. But, yeah, the fact that Ferrothorn has... I mean, Rayquaza's Flamethrower just is so scary. This guy's really good. I'm impressed. I think I want to get rid of this Jellicent, and I think I'm going to go ahead and hope that Dragon Pulse KOs. It depends. His Rayquaza is hopefully mixed, but we're not going to find out this turn anyway. So hopefully Ferrothorn underspeeds. Ah! Okay, yeah, this is the worst case scenario, definitely. I almost never let my Ferrothorn get burned if I can help it, so that was props to this guy. He's playing well. Yeah, and that's all of a sudden not going to do any damage, and it's Citrus Berry, yeah. So this guy is just in control. Like, this is his game right now. But I think I can figure out a way around this one. Oh god. Yeah, burning Ferrothorn was really good, like really good there. I should have played safer. There's no way he lets me just KO his Rayquaza. This is turn 2 of Trick Room. Okay, there's no way he lets me KO his just like KO's Rayquaza. I need to get rid of this Jellicent, but I don't. It probably has. Okay, Trick Room. Oh, I'm sorry, Ice Beam, Will-O-Wisp. I don't have enough information about that. I wish I knew if it was Mawile or it's not Mawile because he's used. It's Kyogre. Okay, so it's Kyogre and back. Yeah, so I'm okay with taking a little bit of chip damage here. Yeah, okay, cool. Doing a little bit of chip damage to Kyogre. He's definitely still in a strong pitch situation, but what I'm going to try to do now is put myself into a position where late game Salamence can just sweep through him. The fact that he has we've seen Flamethrower and Protect, we can expect Dragon Ascent and Extreme Speed as the last ones, which means he doesn't have a way to. If he's intimidated, he doesn't have a way to KO my Salamence. Okay, so full paralysis on Jellicent, which should make this a pretty good turn for me. Never mind. Rip. Okay, Dragon Pulse is coming out onto Kyogre, doing a decent amount, not really that much. Ferrothorn's just getting chipped away. Damn. Turn 3 of Trick Room. Okay. So we need to figure out right now, I think there's a good chance the Kyogre protects, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So what I can do right now is I can attack with Power Whip, or I can attack with, I can set up a Leech Seed. So I think what I'm going to do here is go Leech Seed and Dragon Pulse both in the Jellicent. That's so, yeah, it's a drag. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to hope, oh, never mind, it doesn't. Once again, he's paralyzed, but, yeah, I still think his position is pretty strong here, especially because Kyogre didn't fall for my bluff. And it's slow. It's slower. Okay. So that's going to do a pretty sizable chunk. 146 all the way down to 97, which isn't, like, it's not enough to end the game, like, this turn. But it's quite a bit. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. It's not enough to KO me next turn, but it's still, like, a pretty sizable portion. I would bet that Jellicent probably has, Recover. Man, the full paralysis are pretty rough for him. Trick Room went up, Protect Will-O-Wisp, switching Kyogre. This is the last turn of Trick Room. Okay. I don't want to let him get in Rayquaza for free. I do want to do damage to Kyogre. So I can either... Do we Protect or do we Dragon Pulse? I think I'm going to go ahead and use... Protect. Yeah. He could also have Water Absorb Surf. That's like something else to be aware of. Okay, but it's Recover. Okay, so that's actually, like, it might not look like a great position to be in, but I need Ferrothorn to win this game. And I don't want to let him... Oof, I didn't do anything. Okay, yeah. Like, I don't want, like, I need to get into a situation where I can win the game with my Ments, but I'm running out of time. So timer's down to 3:45, which is not that much time at all. So basically what I'm trying to do at this point is get into a situation where I can sweep through with Hyper Voice. Also keeping in mind that we are, like, pretty even on Mons, but, like, I think my Dialga's going to get KO'd before anything of his gets KO'd. And I think, so I'm going to launch a Power Up at the Kyogre. My Ferrothorn's not in any immediate danger. And I'm basically just trying, I don't think Dragon Pulse, like, I'm trying to get into a situation where Ments comes in versus these two, and Hyper Voice KOs both. So that's, and I need to cover the, like, any potential switch to Rayquaza. But yeah, this guy he's no fear. Good, okay, so that wasn't enough damage to pick up the KO this turn. If he gets Trick Room up here, I'm going to be in trouble, but, yeah, I guess I should have thought about that more. But if he gets Trick Room up, okay. If he gets Trick Room up, okay. Ooh, that was a good move. That was a really good move. Shout outs to this guy. Yeah, because, like, now we're trying to time, like, it's a timer basically. We're playing on a timer, both the in-game timer, excuse me, and the actual physical timer that we've put with Leech Seed and now Burn. 48 down to 23. I'm not gonna live another one of those. Damn, this is an interesting situation. What does he do? I go Dragon Pulse, power up Kyogre, or I KO both. He protects Kyogre. He can't protect Jellicent. I go Dragon Pulse Jellicent. Does he lets Jellicent go down for free? Okay. Okay. Ferrothorn outspeeds Jellicent, so I go Power Whip Jellicent. Yeah. No. Yeah. I need to pick a move quick. Power Whip, Dragon Pulse. Okay. Okay. That's fine. So now it's 2v2. Cursed Body. I can't use Dragon Pulse anymore. That's a shame. Do I take him to timer, do you think? I can take him to timer right now. His Rayquaza is 1 turn of... I think I win on timer. Yeah, I think I'm taking him to timer. Okay, cool. So what's going to happen here is my Salamence has taken 1 turn of substitute. So Salamence is at 3/4 HP. Ferrothorn is at 148 out of 181. I'm going to say that's like maybe around 90%. Sorry, my quick math isn't that good. But let's say 85, 90%. And his Kyogre has very little HP. And his Salamence has taken 1 turn. I'm sorry, his Rayquaza has taken 1 turn of Life Orb Recoil from the Flamethrower. And so with all that in mind, I think that my Salamence and Ferrothorn combined are going to have more HP left than his Rayquaza and his Kyogre because Kyogre is at such low HP. Also, it's nice to bring Thundurus to games because like when it's 2v2 or 1 versus 1 or 3v3 or whatever at timer, Thundurus is really low base HP, whereas his Jellicent, Kyogre, Rayquaza, and what was his last one? This is embarrassing. What was his last one? Why do I not remember what his last Pokemon was? I can't remember for the life of me. What was it? That's so upsetting. That's a shiny Kyogre! Is it? I don't know. I don't actually remember what shiny Kyogre looks like. Never mind. I think that's regular Kyogre. Anyway, this game's over. Protect. We're gonna Mega Evolve. And we're gonna hope that the timer is favorable to us. Okay, cool. So good game, Jamil. That legitimately was a good game. Yeah, I mean when you're playing VGC, a lot of people. So I guess this is interesting. Like a lot of people will talk about timer and they'll complain about timer and they'll say, timer's very unfair and I don't like losing a timer and you're a noob if you timer stall. But timer's like a legitimate win condition and I'm definitely a player who's known for making use of that. So you can like talk about the morality of it. You can say, okay, timer's not moral or like timer is like unfair. But the fact of the matter is like there's not actually like a morality when it comes to Pokemon. Like yeah, like if like in the actual like tournament setting, like you're like okay, like I'm not gonna like lie to my opponent, I'm not gonna do anything unethical. But like when it comes to playing on timer, that's like never something that I felt was I've never felt the need to apologize for playing on the timer. So if it upsets you, I'm sorry. I wasn't even a game where I was like especially trying to timer stall. Like I wanted to try and win, but especially with Pokemon like Ferrothorn, like you're gonna have games where you take to timer, whether you want to or not. And that happened a lot at my regional championships, though more on stream than off stream. So if you're watching and you're like, every game he goes to timer, like, yeah. Like, a lot of my games on stream went to timer, but not every game. So yeah, this is a cool episode. I'm going to end it here because that one took the full 15 minutes. But if you liked what you saw, please make sure to like and subscribe. I hope the audio levels were better this video. I hope you like the team. If you have any questions about the team, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm planning on using this team for a few more episodes. So if you like want to learn the way that I personally play the team and the style that I use, just keep checking back. Thank you so much for the support so far. I really am enjoying this. And yeah, have a good day, guys. I'll see you later.